big game this week. It's like almost its own Super Bowl.
And why do you favor those lower key schools?
Not a lot of eyeballs on them. The bookmaker cannot get the line right.
Aren't they using AI though these days?
They're getting into that a little bit, but there's still good old-fashioned bookmaking that goes on. You know, it's funny. If you're down by 14 points and you get a touchdown, you should go for 2. And everyone at home doesn't realize. It's like, this is fixed. This is fixed. That's the biggest letter.
All over social media. Yeah.
FIX.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, professional sports bettor Bill Krackomberger here today. How's it going?
Good. How you doing? All right?
Good, man.
How'd we meet? Forget.
We met. Didn't we meet here through John?
We did.
Yeah. Dude, the sports betting world fascinates me because there's a lot of people making some crazy claims. But you seem to be one of those guys that have been around for a while.
There is crazy claims, and I kind of go after those guys almost every day.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad for the kids at home that are getting influenced by influencers that talk. I usually don't curse on shows. Sorry.
You're good.
I just can't stand these kids. People are showing piles of money at casino cages. I see all the time, and then I filmed a show called Action on Showtime, our docuseries. They wanted me to do that. Like, oh, can you bring 100,000 to the window? No, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I always say it on all shows. I drive a Kia. I can go out and get a Rolls Royce if I want tomorrow, cash. I don't do that, though.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of image I want to give off to people. And I want people to know how hard it is to grind away and try to make money betting sports. It's we have just like my blackjack card counting, I have a 1-2% edge. 2%'s giant. So 1% edge. Sports betting, 3%, 5%, maybe at the peaks of certain sports like college basketball totals. College football season this year was incredible, so something like that. But it's not what all these people think. You want to give out, one game a day or one, the things they give out. It's like, how lucky you have to run to give out even one game a day and win, even if you're a 58% handicapper. Doesn't matter. You're gonna fail throughout the year without giving out some volume and a lot of plays and because it's not just the win one game. There's all these frauds out there that say, oh, win one game. Oh, next game we're going to double up this game, and we're going to triple up this game. Hey, look at you! I made money with you. Look, I went 1-2 and I made money with you. Yeah, sure. You had 8 units in play, 7 units in play. It just there's so many scammers out there, and these kids, they're gullible. All they do is see money, and they just say, oh my God, how did they get all that money? You got all the money from scamming people. That's how I got all the money. So, but they're all out there. The charlatans, the snake oil salesmen. People get influenced real easy. And you know what? I was a losing player. I was a loser. Everyone was, but I admit it. I was a loser before I was a winner. Yeah. And I was a sucker. I grew up back east. I was betting stuff that, just doubling up and tripling up and watching TV and watching every game on every TV. And by the end of the day, if I didn't win, I was betting it all to try to get even just for the day. Yeah. Just like the casinos survive. How do you think these casinos survive? People play and say, God, let me just get even. If I just get even, I won't gamble no more. And then what happens? They're out there 2 days later because they're dreaming of it and at nighttime and say, I got to get back in action. Yeah. And it's a long season. It's a grinded out season, and that's what I do. That's what we do. Now, yes, I did join the pick selling game, and I can't stand touts. Most of them are just all liars. So I did join that sleazy services that are out there. I don't even talk about it, and I'm not going to give it out on this show. I'm not even giving it out, my pick service, because that's not why I'm here. But I know people will say that. Well, are you part of that script? Listen, I win, obviously. The rest of my customers will scream at me and go crazy at me on socials. But it's a long game. It's a grind out type of thing. I have months where I had some sick months where I went 70%, 75% actually. I remember 1 month 2 years ago in college basketball season, and people were mad.
They were mad.
Yeah, they were and even going 6-4. Like, 6-4. Oh, I can do that. Over long periods of time, you can't do that. You're not going to hit 60%. So
you don't see many guys in your space that last over 10 years.
Oh, I've been making a living betting sports and paying taxes. That's the most important thing. Paying taxes on sports betting when quarterly estimated tax just made a giant one a couple of days ago.
That's how you know you're doing well.
I've been doing that for
You're paying taxes.
25 years.
Yeah, because most of these guys probably just don't even.
Yeah, I'm not going after them for not or whatever. They probably have leaks other places they lose. You know, you could only write off as much as you win. You can't write off more. So even I have win-loss reports from casinos because I do play video poker. I play promotions. I play buy-in promotions where you put money up and they give you money to come in.
Yeah.
I was just up in San Fran. They had a bunch of guys here in town. They sent a private jet, a G5, for a bunch of us, and I put up a large amount of money, and they give me $5,000 to walk in.
Wow.
So they give you $5,000 to walk in thinking they could potentially get that six-figure deposit that I made. And I lost. I actually wound up losing $9,000. But I had a $5,000 head start. But they had no shot to get $100,000 off me.
Yeah.
It's giving the image, the allure that I'm going to. You have a chance at my money. If I was the average Joe that literally couldn't control myself under the guise of bankroll management because you just want to get even. You know, like I said before. So I do bet professionally for a living, and I'm doing a lot of media stuff now too. That's very nice, but and it pays very well. I'm making a healthy 6 figures a year with media, which I'm like, that was never supposed to happen. You know, I had old-fashioned parents who were like, Billy, be careful, don't say the wrong things. Mom, I'm betting sports. I'm not a bookmaker. I'm not an agent. I'm just betting sports. So now it's fashionable. Everyone wants to do. I'm in the media space, but luckily enough, these people that are in the sports betting media space, for the most part, if they lost that media job, or they lost that sports betting talk host job, I don't know what they'd be able to do. Mop floors? What would they be able to do? I mean, I could just go back to betting sports.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a safety net.
Yeah.
But speaking of safety nets, a lot of people see sports betting as a high-risk endeavor, like a high-risk lifestyle. Do you see it that way at all?
As long as you stay within your skill sets that you learned, like myself, number one, percentage of bankroll, you know, only betting 1% to 2% of your bankroll. And that sounds funny probably. Let's say you have a lot. By the way, it's not your bankroll for your bills and everything. It's your sports betting allotted bankroll. It has to be the bankroll just for sports betting, not to go to the movies or dinner with your girl, not for anything, for any household bills.
Yeah. That
bankroll, 1% to 2%, it's nothing. If you think about it, if someone starts with $1,000, you know, you're supposed to bet $10.
Oh, that's it?
$10 to $20.
Wow.
1% to 2%. That's all. Now, that's going to grow. So 1% to 2%, if you're a winning sports bettor, betting $20 at a time, at the end of the day, let's say you have $1,100. Well, that $1,100, you're actually going to bet $22 per game.
Got it.
So
compound.
And it's going to go up more and more and more as you win. And what do you think I started with? I started with $1,000.
That's it?
$1,000. 1993, 94, sent $500 to 2 sports books.
Yeah.
They doubled my deposits. That's a big money-making thing, too. So you could deposit with these places, even all these licensed places in the States here. You see the bonuses they offer and stuff.
Yeah.
So I literally started with $500, 2 different sports books. They doubled my deposits, 1,000 and 1,000. You have to roll it over multiple times, but that was my goal anyway. And literally, I've made tons and tons of money since then.
Wow. But you mentioned you were losing at first, right?
Not then. I was losing at first when I was a kid in my teens.
Got it.
Even into early 20s. I grew up on the Jersey Shore. I worked on a boardwalk. I worked at literally my aunt and uncle's pizza stand on the. You know,
was that in Seaside?
It's about 25 miles north of Seaside.
Cool.
Yeah.
I grew up in Jersey. I went to Seaside a lot.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What part of Jersey did you grow up?
Bridgewater.
Oh, yeah. I can't even. Guys like us, I grew up in a blue-collar town. We couldn't even, Bridgewater, like Bridgewater Commons and stuff, we wouldn't even go over there. You guys are rich. We grew up poor. I grew up in a little town called Kingsburg, New Jersey. Monmouth County, exit 117 on the Parkway.
Kingsburg?
Kingsburg. Blue collar. It's Monmouth County, like Hazlitt, Union Beach, Red Bank, those are Middletown, those areas there. And a very blue-collar, hard-working, good people, though. Good, solid, family-based people.
Yeah.
But the town I grew up in was a gambling town. Everyone gambled. Even literally pitching quarters behind the post office when I was a kid. And I come from my mother was Italian. I come from her family. They were all gamblers. My uncles, my Italian uncles, they would all come over. And my father was a country boy from Ohio. And he was corrupted by them. I say corrupted. And that's how we learned gambling. And our gambling in our house, holidays like Thanksgiving and stuff, literally Thanksgiving night, when the kids went to bed, the adults broke out the cards, and the guys played pinochle, and the ladies played gin or continental rummy.
Wow.
And it was for money, for pennies and dimes. It was not cutthroat, but it was fun stuff. But however, for us little wise guy kids that are in the family, we all thought we want to be gamblers now for a living. And literally, I used to work so hard that boardwalk town, so many games. So many jobs I had. I had a lot of jobs when I was a kid. And I would blow the money at the racetrack. I would make money in blackjack because my cousin taught me card counting at a very young age. So card counting, people think it's very hard. You can learn 90% of what I know in a 4-hour internet session.
Wow.
It's a lot easier than people think. Cards negate cards. In other words, if you have a 10 and a 3, you don't even look at that hand. It's 0. +1, -1, but it's just 0. So it's a lot easier than people think. But I would play, it was even easier for me because here I am 10, 11, 12 years old. My very sharp cousin, Anthony, showed me right away that, a deck of cards, obviously we know there's 4 aces.
Yeah.
So if you're playing head-to-head blackjack with someone, just keep track of the aces. How many aces are in the hand? You can keep track of aces. There's only 4 of them. You deal right to the bottom. If there's only this much cards left and there's 2 aces out, it's good for you to bet more because you get 3-2 on blackjack.
But now the casinos use like 5 decks, right?
Casinos use double decks.
Oh,
double deck blackjack, and they have 6 deck and 8 deck.
Okay.
Yeah, but however, they have some of the casinos have really good rules, but unfortunately, I'm mostly not allowed to play. So
yeah, you got banned from most of them, right?
well, I made a mistake, by the way. I wish I wouldn't have done this. If I had a chance to do one thing over in life, it would be not getting myself in the Griffin book. It's Griffin Investigations is the Griffin book the casinos use.
Is that the black book?
No, the black book's a total different book.
Okay.
The black book is a book that people aren't allowed in the casinos at all.
Got it.
You're in there with Al Capone. I mean, you're in there with the gangsters and stuff.
Yeah.
For cheats, casino cheats. And we're not cheating. We're using our brain. So you have the black book, you have the Griffin book, and there's a new company now also that also does card counting. And I wish I wouldn't have done that because it's such a small edge.
Yeah.
I don't even do it anymore. You're not going to catch me at a blackjack table.
Oh, so the Griffin one's just for like counting and like minuscule.
Card counting. But there's other ways to win now too that you can get yourself in one of the books. And you're not doing nothing. You're not cheating, but you can get yourself in a book because it's like hole carding, like sitting low in a chair, sitting down low and seeing the dealer's hole card. In other words, there's all these new pits that they call the sexy pits with the girls that are brand new. They're breaking into dealing. Well, they're holding cards and they're showing the bottom card here when they're dealing the cards. That's hole carding. Or so you'll see actually the card that they have. So their whole card is what you want. You want to get a glimpse of the dealer's whole card. So that's one way. Then there's a little more advanced thing. There's like shuffle tracking, ace sequencing, where clumps of the cards are put back together and not shuffled randomly. There's a lot of little things that you can gain edges at that you can get yourself barred.
Yeah.
I say barred. You can get yourself in the Griffin, the books that have card counting measures. Now, each casino, usually in the old days, they had card counting teams themselves. People don't know that. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for card counting, you wouldn't know me today. I wouldn't be sitting here. Because when I was in Atlantic City in the early 90s, I met someone that was the head of the card counting team at Resorts International, which is the casino still in existence today.
Wow.
He was out playing after he worked his 8-hour shifts. He was out playing
at other casinos.
Yeah, he was using his skills and his skill set to be able to beat casinos on his own.
Smart, because that's their competition.
That's their competition.
So they're taking money from them.
Yeah, and he would do it for financial gain, of course.
Yeah.
But I met him one day at a blackjack machine, and he said, I was sitting next to him. He changed my life. If it's not for that guy telling me about this blackjack machine that was giving you back all your money on a surrender feature, which is a longer process to go into. But the machine was an advantage machine. I didn't know what it was doing, but I knew all these guys were there at like 2 a.m. Just so happens the seat opened up right next to that guy. He told me everything about advantage sports betting, middling, scalping games, blackjack, card counting. I already knew some, but he taught me some advanced things, what they look for, that he worked in a casino, and he was a countermeasure for the casino. Yeah, he changed my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
So these casinos are just making a ton of money off gamblers.
Oh, sure. They don't like winners either. People don't know this part. I get some really good deals every week in the casinos to play video poker, so I don't play table games anymore. Unless I shouldn't say that. If they'll give me an offer like San Fran just gave me, this casino in San Fran.
Fly you out on a G5?
Yeah, it was really nice. There was like 10 of us. It was really cool. I've been on about 4 or 5 of them already.
Nice.
But that one was a really cool one. It's just because it got us there so fast, this plane.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Why do you like video poker?
Video poker is a percentage of payback compared to a slot machine, which pays back anywhere from gaming. I think the gaming law here in Nevada is 85% it has to pay back. Don't quote me on it, but it's around there. Whereas video poker, the payback is in the payback on the payback schedule on the table on the game. So like there's games like 9-6 jacks or better. It's a simple game that a lot of people like because it pays back 99.54 with basic strategy, which is really easy to find. You can just Google 9-6 jacks poker basic strategy. It'll show you exactly how to play the game to proper strategy. There's a lot of common sense involved too, though. You know, you have a pair of jacks, you hold the jacks. You have a pair of fives, you hold the fives. But a lot of times people get confused, like if they're dealt ace, jack, queen, 5-2. So they'll say, oh, I'll hold the high ones, ace, jack, queen, because that could make me get it straight. No, the jack, queen's right. Just a jack and queen. So do you gamble at all on the machines or anything? No?
I don't. I'm kind of thankful that I don't.
Yeah. Oh, good. But it's good to help people too. And that's what I'm all about too, is I'm all about probably too much. Yeah. I probably talk too much. I try to help Joe Public with many things. If they have problems getting paid from a sports book or something, I'll try to help them
You'll
fight
step
for them.
in there.
Yeah. And especially I'm very transparent about things like I'm talking about now to you, which a lot of the pros would make. You know, there's not as many pros as you think, but they might get upset at you, at me. But I try to help them out and show people basic strategy and show people the skill sets and the bankroll management I've learned across my 30-year career, starting out as a loser, then a winner. But a video poker is my it's my fun too. It's my away time. Yeah. But I do get a lot of casino things with casinos that they give me good deals playing video poker, and I'm actually losing. I get $1,000 a week from a casino to come in and play. $1,000 a week. I'm losing money there, even though I probably should be more like close to breaking even or even making a little bit because of the game I play and the volume I put through the machine. But I just ran bad there, and I'm losing a little bit there. But it's nothing compared to my sports betting. I'll bet more on one game than I'll have a chance to lose there in 4 months.
Yeah, you're just doing it for fun at this point.
It is. It's enjoyable. It's my little. I don't even call it a leak, but
it's nostalgic. You grew up with it as a kid.
It is. I grew up a gambling addict. Gambling in my life. A lot of people grow up with gambling in their life. It becomes a bad problem.
Right.
I just turned it around on the house.
Yeah. Now, how did that end up for the rest of your family? Did they go down dark paths, or are you helping them?
You know what?
Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? We'll click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys.
My parents both gambled. They had fun times with it, though. Listen, towards the end of their lives, I was so happy. I wish they were still here that I could finance their gambling. Now, when I say that, I give them $500 each. Play some video poker. Enjoy yourselves in the casino. Yeah, that was their enjoyment. And you know, we grew up poor. We were poor. My parents worked blue collar jobs, very hardworking people. My mom drove a school bus. My dad was a builder. My dad can build anything: plumbing, electrician, a whole house from top to bottom. And then he was in the car business. He was a finance manager. My father and mother worked very, very hard to give their kids a better upbringing. As far as my brother goes. He's a good kid, regular. I say good kid. He's he's 50 years old, but he's a hardworking guy. He works for Entenmann's, which is a big pastry company back east. Okay. Cookies and cakes. Out here, it doesn't seem like I see Entenmann's anywhere.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, but back in New Jersey and New York and Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, that's a big thing. He has a very good job, and his wife has a good job. They make a good living. They both listen. They don't really gamble, but we gambled as kids. My brother gambled too as kids. We were losers, my brother and I. He got into the poker scene for a while. Worst thing you could do is make a score.
What's that?
A score. Make it. He won $60,000 in a poker tournament. Next thing you think, what's he think, Sean? He's a poker player. All you have to do, all it takes is one score to literally give you the fascination that maybe I could do this.
Right.
I don't have to listen to a boss all day long. I could play poker for a living. And the poker pros that are out there, they love that. That's what they make a living off of. So, yeah, did I have a lot of gamblers in my life? There's still gamblers in my family. Yeah, they're still gambling away. And, like my mom and dad, my dad said something to me a couple times, and I never did it again. When I was sitting next to him playing video poker, I said, no, Dad, you hold the Jack Queen there. You don't hold it. And they'll say, Bill, you take the fun of my gambling. That's why I'm here. I said, you know what? You're right. You're playing 25-cent video poker, $1.25 a hand. What's wrong with me? Why do I have to get the best of everything? Let them enjoy themselves. Just like other people go to the movies, on vacation, go to dinners, let them enjoy themselves.
That's true.
It is.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
How do you choose which sports and I guess games to bet on? Is there a specific strategy?
Sure, you'd be shocked to know this. What's the number one sport event in Las Vegas? Well, in America, you know what it is, NFL.
NFL, right?
Yeah, number one. Yeah, you'd be shocked to know. I really don't do too much NFL.
Really?
It's the most looked at sport there is. It's the hardest sport to beat. NFL sides. Talking about the sides, like picking the game versus game.
Right.
San Fran's playing Baltimore. Big game this week. Like almost its own Super Bowl. It's so big, and everyone that's wants to look at that game, wants to watch that game. Two top teams in the nation, and they want to bet either one, Team A or Team B. Not me. Very rare that I'll have a side on a game. I'll bet totals. I'll bet some correlation, some teasers, some secondary markets like proposition bets, over under yardage, like on whatever, any quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, or over under yardage on a running back or Christian McCaffrey, let's say, or something.
Yeah.
So I'll do that because it's not looked at so much like the NFL is. The NFL sides are. So I do like to bet that stuff. Those I just talked about. College basketball and college football, probably my forte though. Betting some smaller schools that people don't look at so much.
Yeah.
People look at the big schools. The Ivy. Like Stanford and Notre Dame and NFL and teams that are almost like NFL teams. Literally, the Alabamas and LSU's and all the good teams that are in football. They look at them and they I got to bet this game. Oregon's playing. I got to bet Oregon. I got to bet this game. I'm looking at the real division schools that aren't even posted on, not even on TV. So I said it on Showtime. I'm looking at schools like Maine, University of Maine. Whoever knew that they had a football team you could bet on.
Yeah. And why do you favor those lower key schools?
Not a lot of eyeballs on them. The bookmaker cannot get the line right. Bookmaker has to get the right, especially now when it's college football and NFL going on and college basketball going on. Oh my God! Yeah. On any given Saturday. I literally could show you on my computer. Any given Saturday, they have to get 100 lines correct.
100 lines. Aren't they using AI, though, these days?
They're getting into that a little bit, but there's still good old-fashioned bookmaking that goes on. It's funny. For a while there, the analytics were coming into play. Every single NFL team had an analytics department with 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
That's stopping now. They have analytics, but maybe one guy. They don't have because there has to be that good old-fashioned feel from the guys that played football, that are the coaches, the GMs. You have to have that also into your numbers and into your calculations of what you've done. Now, granted, analytics still play a big role. Like we found out recently that if you're down by 14 points and you get a touchdown, you should go for 2. Instead of just going for 7, 2 sevens to tie the game. You're better off going for 2. So,
really?
Yes, you're better off going for 2 there. And everyone at home doesn't realize. It's like, this is fixed. This is fixed. That's the biggest letter.
All over social media. Yeah.
FIX. Biggest thing you see on all social media because they only look at it from their eyes and their team they bet. They don't look at it from both ways. In other words, you and I can be betting. You bet Team A, I bet Team B. However, watching the game, you're going to think your Team A should have won. I'm going to think my Team B should have won. We only look at it from our eyes and the mistakes that are made on our sidelines for our teams. You don't look at it from the other side and say, the other guy could say, oh, yeah, but what about my fumbles that I fumbled the ball? You don't even realize, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. That makes people come back to the counter every week.
Yeah.
Makes them come back every single week.
That's so true. Because fans of teams will only look at it from their perspective.
Only look at it from and what happens? You said the right word. You said that you see it all the time. What do they say? That was fixed. This NFL's fixed. Come on, these guys are making millions of dollars. Give me a break. Yeah. Do you think someone's making $10 million, $20 million? You think Mahomes making $50 million a year is fixing games? I mean, do you think these? Come on.
The one fix I could see, because it's happened in the past, is referees.
Well, we've known that with the Donahue in the NBA in the past, and he put a bad thing on the game. Listen, it's not only that; it could happen on college basketball where it's less cameras, less eyes on you.
Right.
Absolutely, referees can get involved. I've never seen really except besides Donahue, which came out publicly. I've never really, seen anything where. Put it this way, Sean, I've never been called, and people know I have access to lots of these sports books in town for big limits.
Yeah.
Hey, Crack, this is we got a fix here today. This game's going to be fixed. The referee's fixing. We should bet all we can on whatever, on Arizona.
Yeah.
No, I haven't had that phone call.
And you would have been in position to receive those calls.
I've worked with the sharpest, best gambling syndicates in the world.
Yeah.
Biggest ones in the world. No one's ever come out and told me the game's fixed. It's just... But you know how they know something's funny? The bookmaker will actually alert the proper authorities if they're getting all one-way action on a certain team. Like it happened down at the South Point. Well, it wasn't the South Point, but it was the bookmakers from the South Point.
Yeah.
It happened to them at their previous position where they were getting one-way action on a certain team. We've seen a couple specials here on TV here once in a while. Some of this, the players were approached on the collegiate level, and I'm not really going to get into it. You can watch it. I don't want people to think that happens so much. So I don't want to get in. It's a once in a blue moon, but you're right. There could be certain things with referees. There could be individual situations, but I'm not privy.
There's some individual ones. Did you see the Chris Paul one?
I've heard about it, but
yeah. So there's this. I forget the ref's name, but he's never won a playoff game under that ref.
Huh? That's amazing. See if you take personal vendettas or situations.
Yeah. They just found out like a month ago. Chris Paul said that the ref made fun of his kid or something.
No, it could be. You could be right.
Yeah. I saw you tweet about Durango.
Oh, I like it over there.
You like it better than Fountain Blue?
Yeah, I haven't been to Fountain Blue yet. I'm kind of mad at Fountain Blue.
Why?
How can they not let all these people who are outside, unbelievable influencers with millions of followers, hundreds of thousands? That one guy has 400,000 followers. They let these people in at 6 p.m. And they let the influencers who, let's face it, that's where people get that's where people get their information from now. It could be from local media or even major media. They let them in at 6 p.m. They let like local Fox 5 or whatever get in. How can you not let someone that has 475,000 followers? We're doing a live feed with 50,000 people.
I didn't get invited to.
They really. There must have been some old antique that works there. It doesn't realize he should have let people in. Or she shouldn't have let people in.
I heard it was 2,000 people they let in, and then I know the GM there, and he said he only had a +1, and he's like a GM.
Wow.
So it was pretty tight.
Yeah, but how do you let those 2,000 people? Who are they? I've seen videos of those people.
Yeah.
Some of them look like they should be in a homeless shelter.
Some of them were big. Some of them were probably +1s that don't even have social media. But I'm not going to lie, I was a little upset.
Of course you have to be upset. You have a lot of followers. How can they not let...
I wanted to go and network. I don't even care to flex. I just wanted to meet new people.
I didn't even go. I haven't even went.
I'm surprised
Durango
you didn't get invited because you're big in the casinos scene.
Yeah, but I'm not. These influencers are much bigger than me. I'm small potatoes.
Yeah. Vegas Matt was there, but yeah.
Oh, Vegas Matt got in early?
Got in, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a losing slot player. I wish he would put that out there more.
He does admit he loses.
No, he does.
I'll give him that.
He does. I wish these people that are influencing, showing slot machines, and because people at home see that and they wish they were them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if I could only spin the wheel for that kind of money, or if I can only spin. These people are making $1 million a year from YouTube influencers wise or getting paid for sponsors. They're losers. So
the slots
they're
odds
losing casino gamblers.
The slots are the odds are so bad.
Oh, I just said
like 8%. Right?
Yeah, 8%'s a good number.
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean,
so you do know for not gambling, you know the number.
Yeah, I look it up. I mean, I just look at it as like.
See, my video poker's 0.5%, half of 1%.
That's the best I've ever heard. Yeah, that's better than Baccarat actually.
You can go to any station casinos and you can see right at the table. It says right at the machine bank. It'll say up to 99.8 or up to 100% full pay.
Wow.
So they have banks of them on all the stations' properties and stuff. So if you play them over time, but they give you less points or no points for playing them because you're playing a good percentage game.
Got it.
So
that's interesting. Why'd you like Durango? I saw your tweet about the pizza spot there.
Oh, I like the pizza spot. Yeah, the pizza spot was good. And when I mentioned it on air with John he's like, I know the owner of that place.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that Dana was on because we were out with Dana a few times playing blackjack. Yeah. And of course, now that's someone I would not tell anything to, just to let you like
Dana White.
I won't tell. Listen, the guy's betting $30,000 a hand. I'm not gonna
give him advice.
No, even if he's betting $300 a hand, there's nothing good can come out of me giving someone advice at the table like that.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen? They think, well, if I would have stayed, if I don't listen to this guy with his 1% hand, why make enemies out of somebody? I would never tell him anything.
Well, he's probably already counting, to be honest.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
Wow, because I've seen him win in blackjack pretty big.
He told me that he won like 15 times in a row. He's on an unbelievable streak. Unbelievable. Since his fights were overseas somewhere, I forget, Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
He said I came back and won 15 times in a row.
Wow.
So it's Boston.
So Red Rock's just good luck then.
Yeah. But I mean, he's had losses there too.
Yeah.
He'll say that. But going back to what you were saying, I really liked Durango. I went in and I tried the pizza place. I tried Irv's Burgers. John said he knew that they were good. I thought they were just okay. But the pizza place I was real impressed with. It's Prince Street from New York. Yeah, I was impressed with the square pizza.
I was impressed. The
spicy one's excellent.
Yeah.
Very good. So I don't do pepperoni normally. It worked.
Same.
It worked with that hot honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. No, they're. I
was a fan because it's hard to find pizza in Vegas coming from New Jersey. You know how it is.
Exactly. Coming from Jersey. So I'm really partial to like New York pizza, like John's of Bleecker or New Haven. There's Frank Peps and Sally's. And then there's like L&B Spumoni Gardens, Square Pie in Brooklyn, one of my favorites. That pie reminded me of L&B Spumoni Gardens with the sauce on top.
Wow.
I thought it was fantastic. So
that's legendary. I've been struggling to find good Italian out here. Have you found any?
The Italian American Club's good. Old school Italian
American Club.
The Italian American Club.
Got
it's
it.
On Sahara. It's just like Vegas used to be, Sean. You got to go.
I got to check it out.
You walk in, it's dark. It's the Sinatra music, Tony Bennett, Dean Martin, and it's the food is fantastic. Probably the best veal in the city.
I've been struggling because from Jersey, we don't realize. I mean, you realize you grew up Italian, but I never realized how good the Italian was over there.
Oh God! Oh no, the best over there. But we have some decent places here.
Okay.
Believe it or not, we have a couple places. We have a deli here. Italian deli, if you like those sandwiches with the hard bread. There's a place called Cugino's on Maryland Parkway between Flamingo and Tropicana. They're from Staten Island. They're like a real all-Italian family. They're families cooking the foods, making the subs, making a fresh mozzarella house.
I love that.
And they also make a grandma's pie. It's very good there.
Yeah.
So I did find a couple places here, but the food's never as good as back home. I like the pizza place, Prince Street. Fantastic. Still not going to be as good as Spumoni Gardens pizza, but it's the best in this town that I've had. Square pie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's close.
Yeah. But it's expensive. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I didn't
Two
look,
slices in a soda is like, you're going to pay $20 for 2 slices in a soda.
Makes sense. You're in a casino.
I was at the food court over at one of the food courts in town, Venetian or somewhere. 2 slices in a soda, $27.
Wow.
$27 for 2 slices. And they're lined up to get in.
Wow.
Lined up to get in. So
dude, whenever I go to Italy, I spend like $200.
No, Italy, I can't help. See, I'm at the point in my life where, like I said, I drive a Kia. I'm not a big shot there. But I have no problem spending $5,000 a month on food. No, and you go to a place like Italy, that's the reason why. I love Italy. It's great.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Well, Bill, it's been a blast, man. Anything you want to close off with or promote?
Nah, I don't want to promote anything.
You sure?
I'm not promoting nothing.
Oh, I appreciate
I'm promoting
it, man.
me, Bill Crackman.
Love it. Well, where's your Twitter at least?
At Bill Crackman at Twitter. I do Instagram now, though. Okay. I have one tweet. It's not going to be nothing like yours, but I have one tweet that went a little bit viral. I guess I got 1 million views. I mean, that's a little bit.
That's solid, man.
Considering I don't really do Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I gained 20,000 followers on one tweet.
Holy.
I'm up to 26,000.
What was it
about? Just about how we win because we know the line first. Guys like us, we know the lines better than the bookmakers. So that's why, like, when the line comes up Sunday night for the next weekend's NFL game, we get like $1,000 limit. Whereas day of the game, you can bring whatever you can bring to the counter. Bring $1 million, you can get $1 million.
Because by then the line's so refined.
Right. That's exactly
that makes sense.
Refined. You know a lot more about gambling than you think.
On a couple sports
you used
bettors
some words.
now.
You knew the 8%. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, I'm at
we'll link it in the
Twitter handle at CrackWins. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what the Twitter handle was.
Hi, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. You killed it.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow.